In this video, I'll show you how to email or add bills and receipts into your Xero account. So there's a few ways that you can add bills, receipts, and any files into your Xero account. First of all, when you're logged into Xero, if you click on your company name here and click Files, then it will present with a box that you can either upload files or you can just literally drag and drop into your Xero account. And you can see that it's added that there. Now this sort of information isn't very helpful for the bookkeeper or whoever's coming along later. They need to open each one to view it to see what it is. So it's a good idea to rename that before you bring that in. Be helpful for the bookkeeper. So let's just say that was a remittance advice or something like that. Something like that would be actually more helpful. There you can't put in dashes. Okay, so that's going to be a lot more helpful for the person who is matching up files with transactions inside your Xero account. So I suggest you these files for things that need to be matched up. So they can be receipts, they can be statements, they can be anything that you might need to attach to a bill at a later date. So before we leave the files section, note that there is a unique email address that you can email directly from your whatever email you use, and it will appear here in the files section of your Xero account. So what you can do is copy and paste this and add it to your contacts in your email account. And I suggest that you set up your folders in your email account, and you can have one for sent to Xero, for example. And once you've sent them, then you just drag them out of your inbox into there, and you can search through it in your email if you need to. It just gets it out of the inbox. So that's uploading files of things that have already been paid and that sort of thing. If we go to business and we go to bills to pay, now these are bills that are waited, they're either in draft or they're in the full process here. And you can email directly in here. So say someone emails you an invoice with a PDF attachment, what you can do is get that straight into your Xero account. This is the create a bill from email option. So when you click that, you'll see that there again is a unique email address here. So again, save that into your contacts in your email program, and I suggest that you call it your company name Bills Xero, something like that, so that you know that that's the contact. So when you're sending it, this is going to go to the bills folder, where if you're using the files one, it might be just be, Xero files. And that will help you determine which ones that you want to send to which area of Xero, save a bit of bookkeeping time. You only want bills that haven't been paid to come to the bills section. And when you send them in, they're going to turn up in the draft section here. When you mouse over it, it should have the attachment. If there is any attachments, this one hasn't got one. It would have a little +1 if it had one here. Another thing that's helpful when you're emailing it in, sometimes people will send emails that have their logo in their signature and maybe some other images attached. It might be an invoice and a statement, for example. It might have some other information that's not really relevant for the bill in Xero that's been attached to it. When you forward that bill to that email, unique email address here in Xero, it's going to send through every attachment that was in that email and create a separate line here in the draft bills. And that means that the bookkeeper has to go through and delete what is not applicable. Same thing as if they've sent through multiple invoices, they might send three attachments, three separate invoices in the one email. What you want to do to make things easier for the bookkeeping side is to send them through as three separate emails to this address. Or it might be quicker to open Xero and drag and drop it in, whichever you find is the quickest. And again, to rename that invoice. So a lot of times the invoices, something that doesn't make a lot of sense when you're just looking in the preview, I suggest that you have the name of the company that you owe the bill to and the invoice number at a bare minimum, and perhaps a date if it's a statement or something like that. And when you email that in, you just change the attachment name and email that in, and it will come here into the draft bills for the bookkeeper to come through, and they can then easily approve that and process all the bills to be paid quickly. Just remember that any files that you send into Xero, they need to have a .pdf, .jpg, or .png extension. Xero doesn't accept anything without one of those extensions, and it'll just be straight out rejected. So that's it for the 3 different ways. You can directly upload it, drag and drop, email it into those unique email addresses, choosing whether this should go to bills or to files, and set up your email so that you have folders that you can drag out of the inbox into allocation folder if you like, so you can go back through and check the ones that you've already sent through to Xero.